in the past, he was very hard and mean towards women. And so what had happened historically, when you look at his approach to women 2 years ago, you will find that Ringo, anytime a woman commented on his page, he would really be mean towards them. So what had started happening was Ringo began to realize that a lot of women were his followers and a lot of women were his supporters. And so he stopped bashing a lot of women and he started appealing to these women. He started doing things that would appeal to these women. And then you begin to see that it was women who were defending him a lot and supporting his channel. So throughout the time, Genisetalk is one of those women who begin to take his side. Now, she was, let me put it to you this way, she was his sidekick. She was his buddy. I mean, if you could say, almost as if, I'm going to say this straight up, she was so pro Ringo that you could believe it was Ringo's girlfriend, his wife, or somebody who was madly in love with Ringo. I mean, me personally, she did a video against me. And again, I want to publicly announce I forgive her for that. And I forgave her back then. I didn't even respond to the videos. After a while, I had compassion on her because I knew she was confused. I knew that at that time she was not sure of her fate. So I did not take the opportunity to attack her. I did send her messages, making her aware of some things. But publicly, again, I apologize for any consequences which I didn't publicly come out against her. And let me say this, Ringo made a statement about people were mocking her, Genisetalk, and people were making videos against her. I don't know of any who were doing that. I can't remember. I don't remember seeing any videos that GM Doc Nice was making against her. I sure didn't. So I don't know. I believe I made a video, but I made a rebuttal video. There's a difference when you're making a mocking video and when you're making a rebuttal video. In other words, when you're teaching a video refuting someone else's doctrine, or if someone is saying something and you make a video and you share your view or perspective on it. And I still have that video here on YouTube, and you can go see it. But I want to talk about and get right into this, talking about the personal message that Genisetalk sent to Ringo. Now, I'm only doing this because it was made public. And the reason I'm doing this is because Ringo already publicly put it out there. Ringo has thousands of viewers who most likely have already read this. Therefore, I am not exposing someone's private business that is not already made public. But I want to use this as an opportunity to share my view of this, as well as what is the righteous view of this. And I want you to see for yourself the spirit of Ringo. I want you to also see how he's mocking her, scandalizing her, and why he's doing this. This message unveils it. Let me read the message, and I'm going to get right into it. It reads, quote, this is a response. I was sent a video notifying me that you joined in mockery against me. Shalom. That was Ringo's message to Genisetalk. Here is Genisetalk's response. Quote, how are you? Yes, I have posted comments of my thoughts, but I have not turned against you. I still want to be your friend. Please, don't turn away from me. I am really sorry for what I did. I am really pleading for forgiveness. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. You know what I am doing. You know what I am going to come clean. No, she said, you know what I am going to come clean and confess everything the way I have been feeling from the past couple of weeks. You might not care, but I'm going to tell you anyways. I don't know what the word friend means. I have been hurt by so many people, it's unbelievable. You would not imagine. There are people that did want to be my friend that did not want to be my friend anymore, because I call myself an Israelite in a spiritual standpoint, because then I cannot prove that I am an Israelite today from the flesh. My views, Ringo. My views, you know, Ringo. I have to say this. I have shown you respect, and I have always taken up for you. I have always shown you respect. But when I posted the comment in the video 4 hours ago, I did not show respect. Actually, when I was on my way home, I thought about what I did. I said to myself, I think I hurt my friend. I did hurt you by posting that comment today, and I am truly sorry about it. Please listen. I am your friend. Don't turn your back on me, okay? I'm really sorry. All I'm trying to do is have peace with these people, because those Christians are always PMing me and stuff. By posting that comment was no peace. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I am really sorry. Honestly, about the whole Israelite thing, I don't mean any harm when I say this, Ringo, but a lot of them do act that way, and you know that I am right. I'm sorry, but I am against what they teach, unquote. Now, there's more that I'm going to get into. She's going to talk about what the Hebrew Israelites teach, and then she's going to talk about what she believes, and I'm going to get into that as a second segment of this. But I want to talk about this message she had written to him. What I hear, and what you most likely hear in here, is an emotional attachment here, first of all. Second of all, you can hear a sense of confusion and a sense of someone who's self-conscious of people mocking them and calling them names, and them being felt like they're the brunt of someone's joke and being hurt. And also you can clearly see that here's a young lady who is clearly possibly emotionally a little unstable emotionally. And I don't say that in a light sense, but a lot of women, let me say this, women are not like us men. And a lot of times men, we tend to view women like us emotionally. They're so far, listen to me, they're from the east is from the west when it comes to emotionalism. You can take even a strong woman who will put on a strong front, and men can say certain things to her and she'll cry like a baby, and a lot of men will be surprised. That's women. Well, I can understand this young lady because she's being emotional. Why? Because she expressed something here. She said, I don't know what the word friend means. I have been hurt by so many people, it's unbelievable. I am convinced that Ringo for Life is taking advantage of the emotionalism and the vulnerability of this young lady. He used that emotionalism and vulnerability to lead her astray and get her on his side. That's why she was making videos against other people. In one comment I read that she wrote, and she said this herself, that she felt like she was walking on eggshells. She felt like she had to be careful of everything she say around Ringo, and she thank God she's free. Okay, now I want to let you all know that this spirit that Ringo is operating under is a demonic, controlling witchcraft spirit. And what these demons do is they use people to control others, to lead them to do their bidding. Let me give you an example. If you remember, there was a man, his name was Charles Manson, who was a serial killer. What was interesting about him, as a serial killer, he did not actually kill people. This is deep. But they locked him up, and he's locked up to this day, not because he physically killed somebody, but because he influenced, I think it was about 6 young women. They were young girls. They were teenagers and young girls. And he led them so strong as if he had witchcraft on them, that they did his bidding like he was God, and like he had controlled them like a remote control, literally. And they killed people. They went around, literally killing people on his behalf. And so when the FBI came in, they came after him. And he's in prison because of it today. And I'm going to tell you something. Okay, this is how the devil uses people in when they have influence like Ringo. Now, I want you to see something here. Let's look at and deal with the things that she said that Hebrew Israelites teach. And I read this, and I could not disagree on one part of the number of things she listed here. I know this for a fact as a witness. Let me read them. Quote, a lot of them teach, and she wrote this in a letter. She said this. She wrote this herself. She said, 1, you can't marry outside of your so-called nation. 2, they have an issue with white people. You know my mother's forefathers are white, which is offensive to me. 3, they say that the nations cannot have, that other nations can't have salvation. 4, Jesus Christ is not God. 5, Mary and Joseph had sex to have Christ. 6, Israelites, black and Hispanics and Native American, or just only black. Okay, I confirm that this is exactly, and many of you know this is what they teach. Now, what I believe one of the things that God used with Genisetalk to draw Ringo out and expose him as well as the black Hebrew Israelites is because Genisetalk is both black and white. She's mixed. Now this is what's deep about this. Okay, here is a young girl who got caught up in her black side and they drew her out. But they started calling white people Edomites and devils, and she's hearing this and she's being taught this, and she's taught that this stuff in the Bible, but she loves her relatives on her white side. She loves her, I believe her mother is white. She loves her grandparents. She knows that they're not devils. She knows they're not mean. She grew up with them, and something in her heart said they're not teaching right stuff. You see, this is where morality and reality comes and collide. If your so-called morality or your morality is not meeting up with reality, there's going to be an explosion, and it's going to be deception. The teachings they were teaching was not realistic to her moral inclinations in her heart. So her morality collided with the Hebrew Israelites' doctrines of what they call reality. So if reality, something someone's telling you is true, is real, oh, this is the word of God, this is fact, if it's not meeting up with morality, you should question it. You know, if somebody is leading me astray and telling me, kill white people because, but my heart checks me and say that's wrong. See, I can't follow that. And I think that's where we're dealing with when we talk about checking our hearts and allowing God to deal with our hearts. Now, let's look at what she said that she believes. In here she said a lot of them teach, I'm quoting her, quote, a lot of them teach that stuff and I'm against it. That is how I, Janice, feels and believe and will always believe due to studying the scriptures. 1, she says, Jesus Christ is God. 2, any race can be an Israelite. 3, Gentiles can have salvation just like an Israelite. 4, interracial marriage is not a sin. 5, the Most High is not a racist. 6, Esau is not white man. Esau was black as Jacob. 7, we cannot prove that we are Israelites from the flesh after the captivity in 70 AD, not 1619. If a person believes they're an Israelite, it's their business. 8, Matthew chapter 24 completely fulfilled. 9, Esau was already in captivity with the Israelites in 70 AD. 10, Jesus was the second Adam. 11, there was no sexual reproduction when Jesus came. And 12, I keep the commandments for our God Almighty. I cannot disagree with any one of these she stated here. Not only that, but these two sets of beliefs of what she was learning and what she found out to be truth shows that here's a young lady who found truth and came out. She has a right to come out from under the deception and come into the light and expose the deception, that she can help save someone else who may fall privy to these lies and deceptions. And this is what God is doing, and we have the right to speak truth and to declare, I'm no longer following the lies of the devil and don't have to hide it. And I encourage her and I applaud her for her boldness to come out. And I encourage Denise, make a video. Anyone who's listening to this video, go to Ringo4Life's video against Janice and any other video against her. Flag that video for hate. What he's doing to this young lady is wrong. Did you hear what I'm saying? It's wrong. He's trying to use manipulation and fear tactics with hate to try to hurt her. And it's wrong. And you need to flag this video. Thank you.